So let us start our session. So last class, we were discussing some concepts. Okay. So we got a brief introduction about how your Tableau is going to work. What is your Tableau interface? How to load your data set. And we have done few basic visualizations like your text table, your highlight table, your bar chart, your stacked bar chart. Okay, side by side chart. All these things we have seen. Along with these aspects, we also looked at line charts. So in line charts, we had two types of line charts. One is discrete line chart. Another is continuous line chart. So discrete line chart is going to give us consolidated information. Continuous line chart is going to give us detailed information. If you want to do in-depth analysis, you can make use of your continuous line chart. Along with that, if you are working in concepts like financial time series analysis, if you want to make any forecast for profits, forecast for sales, you are supposed to use your continuous line chart. So it is going to give us more information, which is going to help us make our forecast. So based on this logic, we have seen a couple of visualizations. So now let us proceed forward and let us try to look at some more visualizations which will help us understand what all features are available to us in Tableau. So for that, we will try to extend our understanding in concepts of your line charts. So we'll try to create something called as dual axis charts. So in dual axis, we can look at dual axis line charts, and we can look at dual axis combination charts. So first let us look at dual axis line charts and how do we create them. So for that, we are in a new worksheet. Let us drag and drop our profits onto your row shelf, and then I can simply drop my order date onto my column shelf. It is going to give me a line graph, a discrete line graph. How do I know it is a discrete line graph? Because it is in blue color. My order date capsule is in blue color. Next, what is that I'm going to do is I'm going to simply drop my sales next to my profits. So I have my profits, I have my sales. Then what is that you can do is you can right click on sales here, and then you can go and select something called as dual axis. What is it you're going to select? Select dual axis. So when I do this, it is going to give me one axis for profit, one axis for sales. Blue color line is profit, brown color line is sales. Now, what is the next course of action? You have to synchronize your axis. This axis is different from this axis. So what is that I'm going to do? I'm going to synchronize this axis with this axis. Synchronize is nothing but I'm going to convert this axis into this axis. So how do I do that? I can simply right click on my axis here and I can select synchronize axis. There is this option that we have, synchronize axis. So now, if you look at both the axis options, they are similar to each other. So these are my sales, these are my profit numbers. So in order to understand my visualization better, what is it I'm going to do? I'm going to add some text. So when I add some text, I can understand what is the profit that I'm making for all 4 years and what is the corresponding sales I'm making for all 4 years. This is what I can understand from my profit numbers and sales numbers. So what is this type of chart called as? It is called as dual axis line chart. So what have we done here? If you want to clear the entire visualization, you can simply press on this button. It will clear your worksheet. So let us try to understand this logic again. What have we done here is, I have placed my profits on my row shelf. Then I have placed my order date on my column shelf. And then I have placed my sales next to my profit on my row shelf. And then I have selected an option called as dual axis. So after clicking on dual axis, you have to synchronize your axis. So right click and select synchronize axis. And you are going to get your two lines, one representing your profits, one representing your sales. Then to add more clarity to your visualization, you can simply click on this show mark labels and it is going to create your text. So this is called as your dual axis line chart. So you can go here and you can say rename, and I can rename it as dual axis line. So very straightforward and you will be able to do it. So now, how do we slightly build our logic based on this dual axis line chart? How do we build our logic is, I'm going to repeat the same steps but with slight improvisation in the end. So what is it we are going to do? Drag your profit onto your row shelf, put your order date onto your column shelf, and then you can simply drag your sales onto your row shelf. And what is it you're supposed to do? Same procedure. Right click on sales and select dual axis. And after that, you can simply synchronize your axis. So far, everything is same, whatever we have seen in the previous example. Now, what is that I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my profit shelf. Okay, I can click on this option, profit. And here, I'm going to change my chart type to bar. So if I click on bar here, it is going to give me a bar graph or a bar chart. So what is that I have done? I have gone to my profit shelf and I've selected bar here. So I have a line chart which is representing my sales. I have my bar chart which is representing my profit. So what is this chart called as? This chart is called as dual axis combination chart. Why it is a combination? Because it is a combination of line and bar chart. That is the logic. So now, if you want to add some clarity to your visualization, you can simply click on this text option here, and then you'll get some information related to your profits and sales numbers for all 4 years. So this becomes your dual axis combination chart. Now, what is it I'm going to do is, instead of creating a bar chart for profits, I'm going to create bar chart for sales. Let us see. How do we do that? This is where we were. Now I'm going to go to my sales shelf, and then here I'm going to select bar chart. So now my sales is being represented by bar charts. Profits are representing by this line chart. Now the question is, this line chart is gone behind your bar chart. Is there any which way I can bring my line chart to the front? So the answer is yes. So there is a possibility for you to bring your line chart to the front. What is it you have to do is, right click on your axis and select move marks to front. What is it you're going to do? You're going to select move marks to front. So when you click on this option, your line graph has moved to the front. So now it is much more clearer for us to visualize your line graph, which is indicating your profit numbers for all 4 years. So that is how you can use your dual axis combination charts, and you can create your visualizations. So you can rename this chart as dual axis combination chart. So that is the straightforward logic what we can apply. and we can create these visualizations. Now, what is one application of your dual axis charts? So we'll try to create one application. What is that application is? I will first create and then we'll try to name that chart. Okay. So how do we do that is, put your sales onto your row shelf and then again bring your sales onto your row shelf, and I'm going to put my subcategory here. Onto my column shelf. So I have my subcategories on my x-axis and I have my sales on my y-axis. Okay, so what is that I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my second shelf for sales, that is I'm here now. When I change anything here, the visualization which is below at the bottom is going to change. So I'm going to change the color to orange. Okay, so this thing has changed to orange. Now, what is it I'm going to do is change the chart type to circle. So I have my circles here. And then what is it I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on my sales here and I can select dual axis. Okay, select dual axis. So I get this visualization for me. Now I'm going to go to my first sales shelf. I'm going to change the chart type to bar chart. So this is the visualization that I have. Now I'm going to reduce the size of the bar. So I can go to size here and I can reduce the size of my bar. And then I'm going to simply sort it with respect to your ascending order or descending order. So today we are going to cover these topics in detail, but for now, if you just understand, for the sake of this example, if you click on this option, it is going to sort everything in ascending order. If you click on this option, everything will get sorted in descending order. So I'm going to click on the first option. So everything has got it sorted in the ascending order. So this type of chart is known as your lollipop chart. So it is a custom chart what we have created. So this is a different visualization what you can create if you want to represent your data in this manner. It is always possible for us to create your custom charts. Now, typical question is, I have sales, can I have profits here when I do my lollipop chart? So the homework is, you try out with profits. I'll tell you the answer. Because the numbers for profits and sales are different, it is not going to work. So the answer is, it is not going to work. You can try it out. All you have to do is put your sales onto your row shelf, and then next to sales you can put your profits. And you can try out this chart and you can see it is going to give you a different visualization. So this is a custom chart what you have created with the application of your dual axis. So you can go here and you can simply rename this chart as we can have your lollipop chart. So these are the initial charts what you can take a look at when you're working in Tableau. Okay, all these are interesting visualizations what you can create. Okay, yeah. Whenever you're trying to experiment with new type of charts. So now let us proceed in this direction and we'll try to look at few more charts. What are those charts is? Let us take a look at your pie chart. How do we create your pie chart? So for pie chart, I'm going to consider my profits. I'm going to put it on my row shelf, and then I'm going to consider my region, and then I'm going to put my region onto my column shelf. And then I can simply go to my show me panel. I can go to my show me panel and I can select pie chart. So if you see pie chart, what are the requirements? You can have one or more dimensions and you can have one or two measures. So with the combination of a measure and a dimension, I can create my pie chart. That is the logic. So now if I simply click on this pie chart, it is going to create a pie chart for me. So this is the pie chart what I've created. And then if I want to enlarge my pie chart, how can I do that? I can simply go to view and I can select entire view. It is going to give me this pie chart. Now I want to add some text to my pie chart. So what is that I'm going to do? I'm going to simply drag and drop my profits onto my label shelf. What is that you can do? You can simply drag and drop your profits onto your label shelf. Then it is going to give you your labels for profits. And next, I'm going to put my region onto label shelf. Put your region onto your label shelf. It is simply going to give you your regions: central, east, south, and west. I want those labels to be displayed. So that is what I have here. So now, is there any which way I can drag these numbers inside the pie chart? So yes, it is possible for you to drag these numbers. Simply click on that option and drag it and drop it. So there is a possibility for you to include the numbers inside your pie chart for better visualization purposes. So now, what is the region which is contributing to maximum profits? West region. What is the number? 108418. These are the profit numbers. What is the least profitable region? It is the central region. That is what I can understand from my data. Now, can I see percentage of profit values instead of absolute profit numbers? That is the question. Can I see percentage of profit numbers instead of absolute profit numbers here? So the answer is yes, there is a possibility of doing that. So how can I do that? So all I am going to do is I'm going to go to profits, okay, and I can right click on my profits and I can say quick table calculation. So I can click on my profits and I can select quick table calculation, and here I can select percentage of total. So when I click on this option, you have your percentage values. So 37% of the profit is coming from your western region, 31.96% is coming from your eastern region, 13% profit is coming from the central region, 16% profit is coming from your southern region. So this is the percentage values, what you can see. Now, can I format these numbers? Okay, I want to format these numbers for my profit. So how can I do that? So I can simply click on format, okay, and I can go to my fields. I can select percentage of total sum of profit, and then I can select numbers here, and I can go to percentages and I can reduce my decimal places. So I can format it in this manner. So what is that I have done? I can simply right click here and I can select format, and I can go to my fields. I have to select percentage of total sum of profit, and then go to your pane. This is my pane, and then I can select my numbers, go to your percentages, and then you can select your decimal places. You can format your numbers in this manner. And I can rename this chart as your pie chart. So it is going to get renamed as your pie chart. If I want, I can sort it. Okay. So I have my west region here, I have my east region here, south and central. So I have my sorting done. So this is how you can create a simple pie chart by using different options that you have. All you have to do is put your profits onto your row shelf, put your region onto your column shelf, go to your show me panel and select pie chart. You will be able to create your pie chart. So very straightforward, and you will be able to do this. Okay. Yeah, you can export that. Always you can export. You can click on this option and you can select this option export all, and you can export. When you create a simple bar chart, you can click on this and you can select copy, and you can select copy Excel, or you can paste it in your Word document, an image. All the options are available for us. Horizontal bar charts, it is very straightforward. So towards the end of the session, I will just show you how you can create horizontal bar charts. By default, I will going to give us your bar charts. All you have to do is drag and drop, and you will be able to create those horizontal bar charts. So I'll show you towards the end of today's session. So now let us see a different type of chart now. So what is the type of chart is? It is called as a heat map. So let us try to create a heat map. So how do I create a heat map? So I'm going to use my profits on my row shelf, and then I'm going to use my subcategories on my column shelf. You see, this is a vertical bar chart. If you want to create a horizontal bar chart, you can simply swap it. It is going to give you your horizontal bar chart. So again, if I swap it, it is going to give me a vertical bar chart. So it is as straightforward as this. So now, what is the area of interest? I want to create a heat map. So I'm going to go to show me panel, and then I'm going to click on this option, heat maps. Okay, so when you click on heat maps, this is the visualization what I'm going to get. Now I have to slightly improve this visualization what I have. So what is it I'm going to do? I'm going to click on entire view, and then my heat map has the squares. So I can control the color of the square and size of the square. These are the two dimensions that I can control when I'm trying to create my heat maps. Heat maps are going to give me a bunch of squares, and I'm going to control the color of the square and size of the square, and I'm going to create my visualization. So how can I do that? So we are going to control the color of the square with profits, and we are going to control the size of the square with sales. So that means when I use the word control, it simply means that as my sales value is increasing, the size of the square will increase. As my sales value is decreasing, the size of the square will reduce. As my profit value is increasing, it is going to be of one color, one type of color. As my profit numbers are decreasing, it is going to be of another color. That is what I mean by control. So how do we do that? So now, if you look at this, what is this telling us? The size of the square is being controlled by profit, but I don't want the size of the square to be controlled by profits. I want to control the size of the square by sales. So what is it I'm going to do? I'm simply going to drop my sales onto my size shelf. Sorry. Drop your sales onto your size shelf. So now if you see, the smaller the size of your square, the smaller is the sale value. The larger the size of your square, the larger is the sale value. So one job is done, controlling the size of the square with respect to sales. That is what we have done. Size is being controlled by sales. Now I'm going to drop my profits onto color shelf because I want to control the color of the square with respect to profit. So now what is this telling us? This is telling us that the negative profits are going to be given a brown color shade. Positive profits are going to be given dark blue color. So my tables is making losses. My bookcases is making losses. or negative profits. Whereas my phones, it is making profits. Copiers is making profits. This is what I can understand from my visualization. Now I'm going to bring in my order date also onto column shelf. So for 4 years, tables has been continuously making losses for all 4 years. Copiers is making profits, and the sale value for copiers is also increasing for all 4 years, because the size of the square is increasing. Year on year, size of the square is increasing. So that is how you are supposed to understand which subcategory is doing well, which subcategory is not doing well. What about the sales? Have they been increasing year on year? All these questions can be answered with the help of your heat map. So what is it we are doing effectively? We are trying to control the size of the square with respect to sales, and we are trying to control the profit, or we are trying to control the color of the square with respect to profit. That is what we are doing. You have color here and you have size here. Controlling the size using sales, controlling profit using color. That is what you can understand from your heat map. So I can simply rename the sheet as heat map, and this is how you are supposed to create. So what is it we have done? Firstly, we have dropped your profits onto your row shelf, and then we have dropped your subcategory onto your column shelf. And then go to your show me panel and simply select your heat maps. And then we have decided to control the size of the square with respect to sales, and we have decided to control color of your square with respect to your profits. So that is how you will be in a position to create your heat maps. So far, we have seen good visualizations on custom chart as well. We have seen your heat maps, we have seen your pie charts, your lollipop charts, dual axis combination charts, dual axis line charts. All these visualizations you are able to create. So now let us proceed forward, and we are going to see few more visualizations. What are those visualizations? How do we create them is as follows. So create a new worksheet. And then I'm going to drop my profits onto my row shelf. And then I'm going to drop my subcategories onto my column shelf. Okay, I have this figure with me. And now what is that I can do here is I can go to show me panel and I can select something called as tree map. What is that we are going to create now? We are going to create tree maps. So how do I create my tree maps is simply click on this option. What is that option? This option in your show me panel, tree map. So what is this telling us now? It is telling us that there are 3 negative values. what I'm not able to see in my visualization. So there are three negative values what I'm not able to see here. So the question is, why am I not able to see those three negative values? That is the question. So I should ideally see those values, but the logic behind that question is, all these are rectangles. So can you have area of rectangle as negative? Is it possible? So answer is no. You cannot have the area of rectangle to be negative. So that is why you are seeing this negative value here. So how do I overcome this? I should be able to see all my subcategories which are making negative profits. So now what is happening? The size of this rectangle is being controlled by profits. So if my profit value is negative, I will not be able to see my rectangle on the screen. In this visualization, I will not be able to see that rectangle. So in order to see all the profit values in my visualization, I am going to control the size of the rectangle with respect to sales, not profits, because sale value will always be greater than 0. So I'm going to use this logic, and I'm going to drop my sales onto color shelf. So let us see of how you can do that. Drop your sales onto your size shelf. So what is that we can see? We can see your subcategories. Previously, these three subcategories were not available for me, but now I am able to see them because the size of the rectangle is being controlled by sales measure. So that is how you can overcome your negative values when you're creating your tree map. Now I am trying to extend this logic. If I want to see information related to country wide information, I want to see state-wide information, I want to see city-wide information. Is it possible for me on my tree map? So the answer is yes, it is possible. So how do we create these visualizations is the next question. So what is that I'm going to do is, I'm going to drop my country onto my label shelf. So I have my country name here, United States. This is the country which is there in my data set. Next, I am going to see statewide values for all my subcategories. So what is that I'm going to do? Simply drop your state onto your label shelf. So this is a much more granular tree map, what you can see. This is at statewide level. So when you hover your mouse, so in a state called California, your subcategory phones is making a profit of $6,300 and sale value of $67,000. Then in a state called Florida, your subcategory machines is making a profit of minus $1,976 and sale value of $24,000. So this is statewide level of detail what I am able to capture with the help of my tree map. So that is the logic. Now what is the next question? Can I capture city-wide information also? So what is that I am going to do? Simply drop your city onto your label shelf. So now when you hover your mouse here, so in a state called Florida, in a city called Jacksonville, your subcategory machines is making a profit of minus $1,800 and sale of $23,000. So you are going to get city-wise information with respect to all your subcategories with the help of your tree map. So that is how you can create granular level of information using your tree map. At your countrywide level, at your statewide level, at your citywide level, all the information can be available to us. So this is one visualization what you can make use of using Tableau. So I can rename this as a tree map and you're all set with your tree map visualization. So then create a new worksheet. So far we have seen a couple of visualizations in Tableau. So we'll take a look at few more visualizations and then we'll slowly proceed forward with some concepts. So what are those visualizations is? They're very simple. So we'll try to create them. First I will create the visualization and then I will name it. So I have my profits on my row shelf and I have my subcategory onto my column shelf, and now I'm going to select something called as circle here. So when I select circle, this is nothing but it is a visualization which is called as dot plot. What is the name of this visualization? It is called as dot plot. All you have to do is put your profits onto your row shelf, put your subcategory onto your column shelf, and then change the chart type to circle. So this you can call it as your dot plot. And I can do some improvisations here. I can put my subcategory onto my color shelf. It is going to color with respect to all your subcategories. Instead of subcategory, I can color them with respect to my category. So I will know my categories and I can add some text to it. So I'll know what are the profit numbers for each and every subcategory. So it is very simple and very straightforward, and this visualization is called as the dot plot. Then what is the another visualization we can create? We're going to create something called as circle plot. So how do we do that is simply drag your profits, put it onto your row shelf, and then put your subcategory onto your column shelf, and then you can come down here to your marks shelf and you can select shape. This is called as your circle plot. So filled circle is dot plot, empty circle is your circle plot or circle view or anything you can create. So now you can add some text here. You can color it in the same manner with respect to category or subcategory. And if you click on this shape option here, you have multiple shapes. You can experiment with them. So I have my circle, I have my square, I can have pluses, okay, I can have into marks, okay, I can use all these options which are available to. So all these are different types of visualizations what you can improvise from your circle plot. So these are some possible charts that we can create initially when we are trying to understand the concept of your visualization in Tableau. So now I will introduce you to one small concept what we have discussed yesterday. What is that concept is hierarchies. Okay. So yesterday we have seen something called as hierarchy. So when I put my profit numbers here and when I bring my order date, what is happening? You see a plus icon here. This plus icon is telling us that when you drill down this option, this is called as a hierarchy. You are getting quarter-wise information, you are getting month-wise information, all those things. So what did we discuss yesterday? That by default, Tableau is going to create your date hierarchies for us. Likewise, there is also possibility for us to create custom hierarchies. So we can create our own hierarchies, just like how you have your date hierarchy. So let us try to create one hierarchy and apply that logic. So I'm going to remove this profit. I'm going to remove this year. I'm going to go to category, right click on category, and there is an option called as create. Not create, go to hierarchy here. There is an option called as hierarchy and select create hierarchy. So inside this, give it some name, product. Okay, click on OK. So you see the small symbol like this symbol is standing for your hierarchy. So I have created a hierarchy with the name of product, under which I have my category as one item. So now I can add another item to the same hierarchy called product. And how do I do that is right click on your subcategory and then go to hierarchy, say add to hierarchy product. So if you see now, under this hierarchy product, I have my category and subcategory. What is the advantage of this creating hierarchies? Let us try to apply this. So when I drop my profits here, okay, and then when I drop my category, You see this plus symbol? Because I have created a hierarchy now, I am able to get this plus symbol. So I can use this plus symbol in my visualizations. So when I click on this plus symbol, it is going to drill down information for me. So the next level of information for profits I have at my subcategory level. That is what I can do. I can use it as a drill down option. And if I want to go back, I can simply press on this minus option and everything is going to get rolled back. So that is the way in which you can create your custom hierarchies. Similarly, I can create one hierarchy called location. Under location, I can have my country. Under country, I can have state, I can have city. I can have this type of information. I can create my, by default, date-wise hierarchy, Tableau is going to give us. Otherwise, you can create your own custom hierarchies and you can work with it. So, Matplotlib and Seaborn and all are related to Python. So they are somewhat okay when it comes to visualization, but Tableau is nothing but it is a dedicated tool or a software which is used for visualization purpose. So any day when it comes to visualizations, when you want to showcase your presentations to your client or vendor, okay, the suggested approach, you can use Tableau. It is going to be much more effective compared to your Matplotlib or Seaborn libraries. So that is the logic what you are supposed to keep in mind. Yeah. No, product is not predefined here. We are naming it. We are naming the hierarchy as product. Previously, we had only category and subcategory. So for which I have created a new hierarchy and I've named that hierarchy as product. So that is what you are seeing here. So similarly, I can go to my country. Okay, let me remove these things. Okay, go to your country, right click here, go to hierarchy, select create hierarchy. And here I'm going to give location. Click on OK. So I have a hierarchy here, what I've created called as location. And now I'm going to add my state. Add to hierarchy location. Okay, I have my state. Then I can add my city. Okay, hierarchy, add to hierarchy location. So now when I drop my country here, so let us wait for a couple of seconds and it is going to give you your visualization. So what is the country here? The country is United States. Now if you see this, you have this plus icon here. So this is nothing but a custom hierarchy what we have created. Now when I click on this, it is going to give me state-wise information with respect to United States country. Okay, I have my states. Now when I click on this further, it is going to give me city wise information. Okay, this is my city wise information. So this is a custom made hierarchy what I've created so that you can understand your visualization. So this is a separate concept what we are going to discuss in few days. It is called as maps. For now, if you get the understanding of how you can create custom hierarchies, it is more than enough. So now we'll pause our session here and attendance sheet will be circulated to you. So please fill in your attendance sheet and we are going to reconnect again at 8:15 p.m. and we can continue our discussion. Okay, so I'll see you all at 8:15 p.m. Okay, so let us proceed our discussion. Yeah, we'll try to see a few concepts like sorting, filtering, and all, so that we can add more insights to our analysis. So what is it we are going to do first is, we'll try to understand the concept of sorting. So I'm going to put my profits onto my row shelf, and then I'm going to put my subcategory onto my column shelf. And I can swap my rows and columns. So I'm doing this only for the sake of explaining you the concept. So now sorting can be done in multiple ways. So you can sort it from your panel on top, what we have done in a couple of cases. So this option is meant for your ascending order sort. This option is meant for your descending order sort. So let us try to do ascending and descending order. So if I press on this button, it is going to sort everything in ascending order. So these are my ascending order values. So highest profit is being made by copiers. Copiers is making highest profit. Least profit tables is making. So I can sort them in descending order also. So everything gets sorted in descending order. So copiers is the subcategory which is making maximum profits. That is what you can understand from sorting from your panel. Now you can also sort from your axis. So what is that I'm going to do? This is my axis. So I can sort from my axis also. So if I press on this button once, everything is going to get sorted in a descending order. If I press on this button again, everything is going to get sorted on ascending order. If I press on this button again, everything is going to get unsorted. It is going to go back to your normal unsorted. This is your normal unsorted pattern. So when I click on this button again, I can sort it in descending order. When I click on this again, everything gets sorted in ascending order. When I click on this again, everything is going to get unsorted. So this is called as sorting from axis. Now I can sort from my headers. These are called as headers. So what is it I can do? I can simply drag and drop my accessories if I want to see at the bottom of my table. Appliances, I can sort it in this manner. Art. So this is called as sorting from your headers. So what is that we have seen? We have seen sorting from your panel. We have seen sorting from your axis. And we have seen sorting from your headers. What more can we do now? So let us create a new worksheet. Let us put our profits. Let us put our subcategories. And then I'm going to put my categories before your subcategory. and I'm going to color them with respect to category. So I have my categories here: furniture category, office supplies, and technology. I have these three categories here, and I have my subcategories corresponding to every single category. Under furniture, I have bookcases, chairs, furnishing, tables. Under technology, I have accessories, copiers, machines, and phones. So I'm going to explain you another way of sorting. So it is called sorting from your color panel. So if I want to bring my furniture from the top to the bottom, I can simply drag and drop it here. So previously my furniture was somewhere on the top, but now it has come down to the bottom. Then if I want my office supplies to be at the bottom, then I can simply drag and drop my office supplies from the top to the bottom. So what is this type of sorting called? This type of sorting is called sorting from the color panel. So we have seen four types of sorting: sorting from the panel, sorting from the axis, sorting from the headers, and sorting from your color panel. Now what more can we do here? So let us create another worksheet, and then I'm going to drop my profits. I'm going to drop my subcategories, and I want to sort with respect to a field which is not there on my canvas. So this is my canvas, and I want to sort this visualization with respect to sales. I have nowhere sales on my canvas. So can I sort it with respect to sales? That is the question. So the answer is yes, we can sort it with respect to your sales. So how can we do that? I can simply go here to my subcategory and I can select sort. And there I can select sorting with respect to field. And under field, I can select sorting with respect to sales. So you see, fasteners is making least amount of sales. Phones is making maximum amount of sales. So your visualization is getting sorted based on a field called sales. I don't have my sales on my canvas, but I'm still able to create my sorting with respect to a field called sales. So that is how you can sort with respect to field. Now what is one application for this? I will show you one application. Now I'm going to bring my sales next to my profits. In Tableau, when there are two fields, profit and sales, when I click on sorting option here, everything gets sorted based on your first field. What is that? When I have two fields here, profit and sales, when I click on this sorting option here, everything is going to get aligned based on the first field. So everything is going to get sorted based on descending order of your profit when I click on this option. So what is happening here? All my subcategories have been sorted based on descending order of my profits. So now my question is, can I sort with respect to sales? So like we have seen in the previous example, there is always scope for you to sort your subcategories with respect to your second measure. By default, All your subcategories are going to get sorted by the first measure. Whatever is there here, if profit is there here, everything gets sorted based on profit. If sales is there, everything is going to get sales sorted by sales. But now my question is, can I sort my subcategories based on second measure? So the answer is yes. So how do we do that? Right click on your subcategory, select sort, and here you can click on by field and you can select what is the field name that you have. You can select sales. Everything is going to get sorted based on sales. If you want ascending order of sales. If you want descending order of sales. So all my subcategories have been sorted based on your descending order of sales. So there is scope for you to sort based on your second measure also. That is the logic, what you have to understand. So what are the different ways in which we have seen your sorting? Sorting from your panel on the top, sorting from your axis, sorting from your headers. You have seen sorting with respect to fields. You have seen sorting with respect to different color panel options. So these are the ways in which you can sort your data. So one such application we have seen in case of your Lollipop chart, where we have done sorting based on your panel. So that is how you can apply these concepts to your visualizations, and you can strengthen the impact of your visualization. That is the logic. So this is one concept, sorting in Tableau. So now what is the next concept that we can discuss? Next concept what we can discuss is filters. So if you want to filter out some data, so you want to filter out all the subcategories starting with alphabet A. You don't want to see them. You can apply the concept of filter. You want to filter out top profit making subcategories. You can apply the concept of filtering. You want to understand top customers, bottom customers. I want to know who are my top 5 customers in my business. I want to know who are my least profitable customers in my business. I can make use of your filtering concept. I want to filter out subcategories which are making negative profits. I want to filter out subcategories which are making more than $5,000. I can apply my filtering concept. So filtering concept can be applied on your dimensions. They can be applied on your measures. They can be applied on your date. You can apply your filters. And there is also a concept of hierarchical filters. That you can create and you can analyze your data. So tomorrow We are going to make use of this filter shelf and we are going to explore all these problems. We are going to apply your filters on dimensions, filters on measures, filter on dates, filters on hierarchies, and we are going to discuss remaining concepts like how can you create groups, how can you create your sets, what do you mean by parameters, all those things we can discuss. So we are going to break for the day here and we are going to continue our discussion on these topics tomorrow. So thanks for joining our session today and I will see you all again tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself and bye.